Hi students, welcome back to Learning Management System. In session 3, we will be discussing the data structures types. In continuation with the last second session, we will discuss the types of data structures. The course outcome of this third unit is to describe data structures and different types of linked list. So students, in the last session number 2, we discussed types of data structures. There we have seen basically two types, primitive data structure and non-primitive data structures. There in detail we discussed the primitive data structures such as integer, float, character, double. Okay, in third session, that is in this session, we will discuss non-linear data structures. Once again revisiting the hierarchy of the data structure. In non-primitive data structure, we have again linear and non-linear data structures. In linear, again static and dynamic. In static, array, and in dynamic, linked list, stack, queue. And in non-linear, we have trees and graphs data structures. So let us discuss in detail one by one these data structures. So here is the list of non-primitive data structures, that is arrays, linked list, stack, queue, tree, and graph. Coming to the first data structure, array. What is array? An array is a collection of homogeneous data elements stored at consecutive locations in the memory. What do you mean by homogeneous? Homogeneous ಅಂದರೆ similar type ಇರುವಂತ data elements ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು homogeneous ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. For example, if an array consists of numbers, integer numbers, then it is homogeneous. Okay, so array always contains homogeneous data elements. It cannot store non-homogeneous, or you can say heterogeneous data elements cannot be stored in arrays. For that we use some other data structures. For time being, you understand that only homogeneous data elements can be stored in arrays. So let me show you the memory organization of the array data structure. So here the array elements stored in the memory: 34, 21, 2, 66, 567. So whether they are similar type or dissimilar, these 34, 21, 2, 66, 567, these are the numbers, integer numbers of the type integer, means they are homogeneous in nature. Okay, and they are stored in consecutive memory locations. See here, the memory address of this 34 value is 1000, 21 it is 1004, 2 1008. Okay, like this. And 0 1 2 3 4, it is array indexes, it represents the array index. So this is the memory organization of array data structures. Okay students, so as you already know the types of arrays, we classify array in these many types: one dimensional array, two dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array. Okay students, so how one dimensional array is represented? It is represented a single row, multiple column, right? So this is one row having these many elements, that is 2, 42, 71, and so on. What is the size of this array? The size of this array is 10, indexing from 0 to 9. Okay students, coming to the two-dimensional arrays. So two-dimensional array is a combination of rows and columns. So how many columns here? 4 columns. How many rows? 3 rows. And array elements are placed in this way: 22, 33, 44, 55, like this, right? So, and you already know how to declare two-dimensional array in C language. Okay. Then what is the application of this data structure array? In the first session of this third unit, there we discussed the various real-time application of data structures. Let us revisit the same here. So if you want to book a movie ticket online, then you need to log into some applications. There you have to select some seats, right? So in which fashion they are arranged? Row wise and columns. If you pick a seat, meaning is to you are clicking on a two-dimensional array position. Okay, so this is the real-time application of array. Coming to the next linear data structure, that is linked list. To overcome the drawbacks of array, we use linked list. What are the drawbacks of arrays? Drawback of array are the memory that is allocated to the array is should be known prior compilation. Okay, and it is difficult to add or remove an array element. Okay, to overcome the drawbacks of the array, we use linked list. Linked list is a data structure used for storing data in the form of a list. It comprises of multiple nodes connected to each other through pointers. So here we use pointers in the linked list. Call back the first unit where we discussed about pointers. So linked list make use of the pointers. Each node comprises of two parts. One part contains the data value while other part contains a pointer to the next node in the list. Let me show you the diagram of a linked list. So this is the diagram of linked list. So nodes are connected through each other via pointer. So this symbol shows the pointer. Then what is pointer? Pointer is a variable which holds the memory address of the another variable. Okay, so each node consists two parts. One is data part and the second is address part, right? This yellow shaded part is a address part, which is a pointer pointing to the next node. It is having the memory address of the next node. And here also, so here it is a set of strings. Okay, hi, how are you? This is the data, and the last node in the list, linked list, will be having a null value. Okay, so there are three types of linked list: singly linked list, doubly linked list, and circular linked list. Let us discuss one by one. This is the diagram for singly linked list. This is one of the example of linked list. So what it consists? It consists a head which is having the memory address 4800. Okay, head is a pointer which stores the memory address of this node, which is 4800 is stored in this pointer. And at this node, it is having two parts. One is data part, second is address part. Data part is having the value 10 and address part which is 4900, right? This points to the address of the next node. Okay students, try to understand this one. So linked list is having multiple pointers and nodes are connected through the pointers 10, 15, 5, 20. Okay, this is singly linked list. What about doubly linked list? So doubly linked list having three parts. Every node of a doubly linked list is having three parts. One is data part and remaining two are address part. One is pointing to the address of the next node and another pointer pointing to the address of previous node. So here at this point, this pointer is pointing to the previous node address and this pointer is pointing to the address of the next node. Like this, the difference between single linked list and doubly linked list is in pointers, number of pointers that are used. In single linked list, one pointer is used for pointing to the next node, whereas doubly linked list there are two pointers for every node, one pointing to the next node and another pointing to the previous node. Okay students, so starting pointer is called head and the last pointer is called tail. Okay, let us see another example. This is circular linked list. Again in circular linked list, singly circular linked list and doubly circular linked list. Where in singly circular linked list, last node is having the address of the first node, followed by this remaining nodes pointing to the next node. Okay, see here. What is the address of this node? 1001. This is stored in last node which is 1001. Hence, it forms a cyclic connection, right? This is singly linked list. Coming to the second picture, doubly linked list. Here also, first head part is connected to the last node and in last node, the address of the head is stored. Understood? So in first head, address of the last node is stored and in last node also, address of the first node is stored, making it doubly linked list. Okay students, then what are the applications of these data structures? That is linked list. In the first session itself, we discussed the linked list application like music players. There, after playing over of one song, the next song is played automatically. That is because of linked list. Linked lists are used in situations where there is a need for dynamic memory allocation. For instance, a number of data structures like stacks, queues, trees, etc. These many data structures are implemented with the help of linked list, as linked list is a dynamic data structures. Okay students, this is about linked list. Let us move to the next data structure, which is stacks. Simply it is stack. What is stack? Stack is a linear data structure that maintains a list of elements in such a way that elements can be inserted or deleted only from one end called top of the stack. Okay, so ಇದೊಂದು linear data structure ಇದೆ stack ಅನ್ನೋದು, where elements are inserted or deleted only at one end and that end we call it as top of the stack. Okay, and it works on the principle first in last out, ಆರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಯಾವ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೈಲೋ ಆರ್ ಲೀಫೋ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್. Okay students, see the diagram of stack. See here 5 came first, then 6 came second. So here top end is called top, where elements can be inserted or deleted through only one end, and that end is, we call it as top. So mainly we can perform two operations on stacks, such as push and pop. Push means what? Adding an element or inserting an element into the stack and removing the element from the stack. So here in this diagram you can see here, initially it is empty stack, and now I am pushing one element onto the stack. So here push operation performed. Again I am pushing element 2 onto the stack. Now the current status of stack is what? Two elements, 1 and 2. Next I want to remove the top element from the stack. Here I am taking it out, and that operation is called pop. Remaining elements are only 1. Okay students, so like this we can push or pop the operations over the stack. So push pop application you will be learning in remaining subsequent units, such as applications of data structures or evaluation of postfix expression or infix to postfix conversion. You will be using stack data structure. For time being, you just remember that there are two operations that can be performed on stack, push and pop. Push ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಪಾಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay, coming to the next data structure, that is queue. Okay, so queue is also a linear data structure that maintains a list of elements in such a manner that elements are inserted from one end of the queue and deleted from other end of the queue. Unlike stack, it has two ends where elements are inserted at one end and deleted from another end. Stack ಅಲ್ಲಿ only one end ಇತ್ತು, and that is called top, but here we can see two ends. It works on the principle FIFO, meaning is first come first out. ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Hence FIFO principle is applied over queue, and the elements where elements are added into the queue, that end we call it as rear end, and elements which are removed from the queue, and that end we call it as front end. Front end ಇಂದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೇರ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and those operations are called NQ and DQ. See here, this is the diagram of a queue showing addition and deletion of the elements. So here it's a rear end, front end. From front end we are removing the elements. So first ಯಾವುದು ಬಂದಿದೆ 5 ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎಂಡ್ಗೆ ರೇರ್ ಎಂಡ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 2 ಅನ್ನು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವ್. Okay student, so enqueuing at the rear end, dequeuing at the front end. See here, assuming these persons are elements and they are arriving at the counter, how they will be served? The person who comes at first will be served first and he will be exited from the counter, and that end we can say it as front end. And the person who comes at the last and takes the entry from the last position, and that we can say it as rear end. Okay students, you map this diagram with this diagram, then you will get the clear picture about the NQ and DQ process over the queue. Okay students, so we can perform two operation here also, NQ and DQ. What about stack? There we performed push and pop operation. Here we perform NQ and DQ operations. Okay students, now let us discuss trees. Trees data structures are having wide applications. Many of the today's applications or mobile applications, they are hugely using the tree data structures. There are many algorithms that are performed on trees. Again, trees having many types, trees, binary search trees, right? So tree is a non-linear data structure that arranges its nodes in the form of hierarchical tree structure. So ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, those are linear data structures like linked list, stack, queues. Whereas tree is a non-linear data structure where nodes are arranged hierarchically. Each node comprises of 0 or more child nodes. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನೋಡು 0 child node ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ more than 1 child nodes ಇರಬಹುದು. The node present at the top of the tree structure is referred as root node. I will show you the diagram how a tree it is. For time being, just remember that the node present at the top of the tree structure is called root node. So ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರೀ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಒರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ರೂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಂದೆ. Okay, data is accessed from the tree data structure through various tree traversal methods. So traversing is one of the operation that is performed on the data structure ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. Traversals. Traversal meaning is what? Visiting the data structure elements. So we can access the data from the tree data structure through various tree traversal methods. So what are those tree traversal methods? We'll discuss in subsequent units. So just now let me tell you there are three traversal methods: in order traversal method, post order traversal method, and pre-order traversal method. So these methods are classified based on the where we visit the root node. Okay, so in detail we will discuss in subsequent units. So here it is the diagram of tree. So first node ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿರೋಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೀ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ನೋಡಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೋಡಿಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಂತ ಲೈನಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎ ರೂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 0 ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ನೋಡ್. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ those are called child node ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. That is, P becomes the parent to Q and R, whereas Q and R are the children of node P. Similarly, Q is having A and B children, whereas A and B is having the parent node as Q. And the relationship between A and B is siblings. A is a sibling to B and B is a sibling to A because both are placed at the same level. Similar to this one, right side if you come, R is having the children C and D. Of course, all the child nodes that are originated from R are the child nodes of the R. Okay, and the nodes which are placed at the last level, those are called leaf nodes. What they are called? They are called leaf nodes. Last ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲೀಫ್ ನೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಲೀಫ್ ನೋಡಿಂದ ರೂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಗೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಐ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಇಟ್, the distance between the leaf nodes and the root node, we call it as height of the tree. So ಈ example ಅಲ್ಲಿ what is the height? Root node P ಇದೆ, leaf nodes H, I and this side E, F, G. So last level nodes ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವು leaf node ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ leaf node ದ distance ಅನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So what is the distance? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 1, 2, 3 and 4. Hence, the height of this tree is 4. Okay, students. So we can form even subtree of the tree like this. Here it is L, followed by these 3 children E, F, G. So only this part you consider madidre, this forms a subtree. So subtree ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ರೂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. That is L, which is a parent to E, F, G. Similarly, we can form subtree to this side also, right? And we can use traversing methods like pre-order, in-order and post-order methods to traverse the tree elements. Okay, students, this is about tree data structures. Fine. Coming to the last data structure, that is graphs. Graph is also a non-linear data structure that consists of a group of vertices and a group of edges. Graph ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಏನಿದೆ, it is also a non-linear data structure ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ linear fashion ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ನಾಗ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ನಾಗಿದೆನಾ ಟ್ರೀದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಫಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ನಾನ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ದಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ vertices and a group of edges. So it is a combination of vertices and edges. An edge is nothing but a connecting line between a pair of vertices. So ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು vertices ಅಥವಾ ನೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅವೆರಡು ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್ ನಡುವೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಶೋ ಯು ಒನ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್ ಇದೆ? 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ 2 ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್, ರೈಟ್, ಎ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವೆರಡು ನಡುವೆ ಏನೋ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲೈನ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 0 and 4 ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ 0 and 4 ನಡುವೆ ಇರೋಂಥ ಲೈನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್. 0, 4 ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಶೇಪ್. ಯಾವ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ, so 2, 3 these are called vertices and this is called edge. So here are some examples of graphs. Consider this first graph which is having 6 vertices A to F, A, B, C, D, E, F. And the second graph, this is a tree format graph and this is a cyclic format graph. Okay students, so graph can be of any shape. The edges of a graph are typically associated with certain values and those are called weights. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ weight. If we put a number over the edge and that we call it as weight of that graph. This helps to compute the cost of traversing the graph through a certain path. So first unit ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಒಂದು ಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶಾರ್ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ವೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್. ಓಕೆ, okay students, so this helps to compute the cost of the traversing the graph through a certain path. So Google Maps ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ. So there graph application is used in Google Map. It show you the shortest path from one point to another point. It also show you the possible alternatives to reach from source to destination. Many efficient algorithms used to perform the shortest paths between two sources. Okay students, so this is about nonlinear data structures. Here let me wind up this session. If you have any doubts regarding the data structures category or any other doubts if you have, then please write us at lms.dtk@gmail.com. Thank you for watching this video.